What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Serie A Career Mode. It is episode number 39. Hope you guys are doing well, and as you can tell heading into today's episode, things are slightly different to one of my normal episodes. Yep, this is a classic Jocksy Boy retro post-commentary episode. And it's also the final one, not just of the season, but of the save as well, as you might have been able to gather by the title alone. So heading into today's episode, obviously on the back of our knockout to Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-final, but also our win over Lazio that basically all but confirmed the championship. With 4 games to go, we were 11 points clear. All we needed was just the 1 win in our final 4 games, or 2 points would do in our final 4, and we will be champions. To put it plainly, bottling it from here was almost impossible, to be honest. So yeah, heading into the first game against Monza, well, I'll be totally honest here, you know, with the season coming towards its close, I kind of reflected on the season on the back of making my last episode, and I thought to myself, I actually wouldn't be that mad if I decided to end the save here, not just the season, because, you know, the vast majority of my career modes do kind of end the same way, and that is through us winning the Champions League together, and once we've done that, that's normally like what you'd call the icing on the cake, or as the old Doxy boy would say, the icing on the cherry on the cake. And yes, I know the irony is I get it in the wrong order, but that's the whole point of the joke. Anyway, yeah, it's the icing on the cake, winning that Champions League, right? Because what else is there to do? We just won the grand prize in European football. It feels like the natural conclusion to end it there. But not every save needs to be that way. Not every save needs to end the same way. And when I looked on the back of this season, as we were coming towards the end of it, I realised that we just hit 2 milestones in the save. And I often talk about how when you're doing an RTG, there are certain milestones you hit. You got, you know, like your minor ones, like putting a player on 100 grand a week for the first time ever. And then you got like major ones, like winning your first trophy, for example. And on the back of this win here against Monza by 2-1, Isak with the opener, conceded the level there, and Simone Profundi banged in the game winner. That confirmed it, and the silverware was officially guaranteed to be ours, even though we knew it was just a formality at this point. But also, we've hit our first 90 rated player in the team as well. That is Prati. Prati's just become 90 overall. I often say when you're doing an RCG, those milestones, that's one of my favourite kind of like minor ones, if you will. A player hitting 90 overall, always a really, really cool feeling, man. Because you think about the team you inherited, and now you've got one of the greatest players in the game in your team. And after the game, I thought it was really funny as well. Real Madrid came and offered me the manager's job, and I was like, come on, EA. I mean, I've had so many comments from you guys recently saying, Doxy boy, have you seen all the new features getting announced for FC25? Yes, I have indeed, but what I really want is more realism with manager offers as well. Real Madrid knocked us out of the Champions League quarterfinals in the last episode. They're heading into the semi-finals against Bayer Leverkusen, and they're also top of La Liga, going for what would be a League and Champions League double, and who knows, maybe they're even going, maybe they've already won the Copa del Rey, we don't know. But why would they sack Carlo Ancelotti now? What, has he had a scandal out of the manager's job? Has he had something going on behind the scenes to make him get the sack? I don't know, but it's ridiculous, man. Like, come on, it's a nice offer, don't get me wrong, but I want more realistic manager offers, man. That's something I definitely do want. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, not every save needs to end the same way. And when I thought about the fact that, again, Prati hits 90 in today's episode, I've already prematurely said he's already hit it. He hasn't yet, but he does hit 90, as you'll see during the season, during the end of this episode. And I'll show you his full stats at the end of the episode as well. We've just had our first player hit 90. You know, we've now got a player on over 100 grand a week. And we just won our first piece of silverware. You know, Udinese had never won a major honour in club history when we had taken over. Now they've got the Serie A. And of course, I'm not going to lie, like, I've been frustrated at times with my own gameplay within this career mode and how tough the challenge has been. It's definitely been one of my toughest saves of FC24. In fact, I might even go as far as saying it has been my toughest save of FC24 due to the difficulty of the opponents to challenge, but also the fact we've been working with small budgets right from the very beginning. Even in 5 seasons, we're still working with incredibly small budgets. But it still has been a really fun one. And the aim coming into the save, as is often the case, is turning the team we start with into the best team in the world. We might fall short of that, but as this win against Monza confirmed it, and then here we lost to Sassuolo, funny enough, just our second loss of the season. How typical is that? The trophy lifting season, and it's only our second loss in the league all season long. But we have now become the best team in Italy, at least in the Serie A. And whilst we never reached a semi-final of either a Coppa Italia or a Champions League, which kind of shows how difficult this challenge has been, winning a Serie A, ending Udinese's wait for a major honour, having a player hit 90 overall, and to have the flattery of being offered the Real Madrid job when they're going for a Champions League and La Liga double. Yeah, I feel pretty satisfied with that, I'm not going to lie, man. Giorgi was just a few ratings away from it in 90 overall as well. His development was insane within the save. You can say the same about the cheat code Jacobiol as well. He gets to lift the trophy here too. But yeah, I just felt as though I was okay ending the save here. As you guys know, I'm very transparent and very honest as well. I'm working on being more open in both my personal and professional life. Working on being more open and less closed off. Trying to take big steps with that, as you guys would have seen last month when I did my... I can't remember what I titled that video, but the video where I just basically said thank you for all the love I've had in FC24, because it has been amazing, literally throughout all the saves I've done in this year's FC. The support you guys have given me has been absolutely ridiculous. And I said this before, but like, you know, I've been on YouTube for 13 years now. 13 years, and yet here we are now in year 13. And genuinely, this has been one of my most supported years ever. It's incredible, like truly incredible. And it speaks volumes to just how fortunate I am. But anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to be more open, but also as I continue to be transparent and honest. You know, I'm always transparent about things. I always tell things as they are. I'm not going to be dishonest about things at all. Recently, within this save, just haven't really been enjoying playing it as much as I had been in the first two seasons. It got to a point where it was like, I wouldn't necessarily say this season was like a chore. It definitely wasn't a chore to play. Absolutely not. I have mentioned this many times, and again, being transparent and honest, I'll say it again, and it's completely true. When I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, I won't be doing YouTube anymore. It's literally as simple as that. When I stop enjoying what I'm doing, you won't see daily uploads from Doxy Boy anymore. Like, that's just how it is, man. I do this because I absolutely love it. I do this because I've loved it from the first video I made back in the summer of 2011 to where we are now, 13 years later. I do this because I love it. When I'm not enjoying it anymore, I will stop uploading videos, but I hadn't been enjoying it as much. That's the best way of putting it. It got to a point where it was like, instead of a want, it was more of a need. It was like, oh, I need to do this. Like, obviously I upload daily for you guys, you know, and I want to stay doing that. But it was like, you know, some of the days this past week, and if I'm being honest here, a little bit towards last week as well. Granted, I'm a little bit under the weather right now. I don't know if you guys can tell, so that does factor into things too. You know, when I'm under the weather, I know people, you know, when they're ill, the best thing they can do is turn on the PlayStation or the Xbox for like a 10-hour binge from bed. For me, it's the opposite. When I'm ill, I just want to recover without electronics, you know, and just read and just relax that way. But anyway, sorry. So yeah, I have been a bit under the weather recently, so that maybe has factored into it a little bit. But granted, yeah, recently this past week and also a bit of last week as well, I've kind of just been a bit like, yeah, I need to record. I need to make a video for today or tomorrow, whenever the day was. But I was still a bit like, yeah, I feel like this is more of a need for me to turn the PlayStation on, load up FC, load up the save, and start recording, as opposed to a true want, you know, which I've had throughout every other save I've done in this year's FC, but not this one, at least not in this season, and probably, to be fair, a little bit of last season as well. The kind of like the want to play had been displaced by the need to make sure that I continue to play through and upload daily as well. And I think that was kind of like a telling sign for me. It was kind of like, Okay, so there are still bits of enjoyment. Like, I was really enjoying the run when we were trying to go as far as we could undefeated. I was hoping we could possibly, win our first honour of the save, which we ended up doing with this Serie A. But again, it wasn't necessarily, like the thing that I was obsessed with, if you will. Unlike previous saves that I've done throughout FC24, these past 2 seasons kind of felt, again, I wouldn't necessarily say it was like a chore to play them, but it was more like I have to, as opposed to I want to. And that to me was kind of like a telling sign of, okay, maybe it's coming towards its conclusion then. And I should look for a nice conclusion. And I think we got it as well. Like I said, the milestones kept falling. I kept this one quiet, but the milestones kept falling. Those RTG milestones. I should really do like a video where I list them all. Or at least my everyone's going to have their own personal milestones, but the ones that I have, so you guys can kind of like follow one from your RTGs and tick some milestones off the list. But this is one as well. Player of the season that goes to Alexander Isak, winning the Golden Boot, and also was in top 5 for assists as well in the Serie A campaign. Winning player of the season, so kind of cool, like I said, to tick 3 milestones off the list in the same episode. So like I said, it just felt like this is a really cool conclusion to not just the season but the save. 3 milestones all getting hit in the same episode: the 90 rated player in Prati, the player of the season, and of course the first major honour of the save as well. So yeah, I just decided basically as I was playing through, I was doing the commentary as normal, and then after the Monza game, I just stopped for a second. I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I'm okay now. We've literally on the back of the win against Monza, that was the game that officially confirmed the challenge. I was like, you know what? I'm okay now. So I just stopped recording, turned the microphone off, and thought, yeah, I'll do a little post commentary and kind of discuss my my feelings towards the save that way. So as you wrap up, then you see that PSG in the end won the Champions League. Leverkusen knocked out Real Madrid to make the Champions League final. I'll be honest here. I believe if we would have got through Real Madrid, we would have made the final. That's absolutely no disrespect to Bayer Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso's cooking there at the Bayer Arena. They're becoming an amazing side. But I do think we could have taken Bayer Leverkusen out and made the CL final. Alas, just couldn't overcome Real Madrid. But yeah, no, I mean, I just thought for the end of the season and the end of the save as well, I'll do a post commentary so I can just chat kind of candidly and yeah, just say thank you for the love and the support and the save. There's no doubt about it. It's been my most challenging one of FC24. It still has been really, really fun, even though again this past season and perhaps a bit of last season as well weren't as enjoyable as previous career modes I've done. Like I said, transparency, honesty, it still had been fun, just not as fun as other career modes that I've done this year. And yeah, I just felt, again, we're hitting those 3 milestones. It seemed like a nice kind of conclusion to the save. It may not be the Champions League. It may not be a double or even treble winning season. And that quest for another undefeated season will continue. Only once have I done it in all my years on YouTube back in FIFA 13 over a decade ago. I really thought we might have done it this year, man. I really, really thought when we were... To be fair, we were running out of steam a bit, weren't we? Like January, February time, when we were just like scraping through the skin of our teeth, those draws against Napoli, it was like we were scraping through, let's be honest here. We were scraping through. You see Prati's full stats at 90 overall, 96 stamina and still improving. Incredible passing stats as well. What a baller, man. Seriously, Mr. Consistent, never missed a game for me. But yeah, the wait for another undefeated season goes on. I still haven't had a player join the 40 club this season either. Alexander Isak had an outside shot, got to 30, but I still haven't had a player join the 40 club yet this year. Last season I had 2 people do it. Me. Sorry, no, it was the year before that I had someone else. But I did it last year in my player career mode. And you see Georgie's full stats here at 88 overall. Man, 2 ratings away from it in 90. That would have been, to be fair, that would have been like the icing on the cake had I got Gashi to 90. But I still haven't had a player join the 40 club yet. Maybe in the next career mode, right? Maybe in the next career mode. We're still waiting for it, man. We're still waiting for another player to join the illustrious 40 club of Ivan Toney, Samuel Bell, so good they named him twice, and Mr. Doxy boy himself in a player career mode. But hey, listen again, maybe next career mode. But yeah, this save has definitely been, I would say, my most challenging one of FC24. Not just for the difficulty of playing in the Serie A, which as I mentioned many times now, one of the reasons why I love to watch it so much, because it's such a competitive division, but Also because, again, the budgets we were working with were quite small as well, and the expectation of obviously this side never winning a major honour, but it was still a fun save. It wasn't quite as fun as I wanted it to be, and it may not have had the dream fantasical ending, but like I said, I'm still pretty satisfied. Getting this team to 5-star, ticking that milestone off, Prati hitting 90 overall, Isak winning the player of the season, and again, most importantly, Serie A champions. First trophy in Udinese's history is how we'll end, with a Serie A title. So I just want to say thank you for the support on the save, man. Thank you for support on the season and the save as well. I know a bit of a premature ending, if you will. Certainly wasn't planned initially, but thank you for all the support on the season and the save as a whole, guys. As I mentioned earlier in this video, FC24 has been one of my most, if not my most supported FCs I've played through from you guys. I really have felt the love, and hopefully you guys can also understand my own feelings as to why it's best to end this save now before it drags on to a point where literally I don't want to play it anymore. I'm ready for a new challenge, I'm ready for a new career mode, and it will be beginning tomorrow. There's still 2 months left of FC24, so whilst this save has come to an end, career mode videos definitely haven't. Thanks for watching, guys, much love to you all, and I'll see you for a brand new career mode very soon.